of the show. Got a text last night, don't know from whom, but it came in and says, I told you Los Angeles Clippers would win tonight. Go LA Clippers. That is he. Okay, see? So it's that easy. Just thumb out a text like you do to your homies. Want to talk about the hockey when we get back. Did you catch it last night? Spectacular.
Woo!
Spectacular
Abs.
ending. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Opening drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Mike, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Here's a 1-2. That's lifted well hit into the gap. This might clear the bases. It's going to bounce off the wall, and it will clear the bases. A bases clearing double off the bat of Nico Barella. Got the glove on it. Squeezes for a second. That's tapped on the ground. Might be academic. They'll flip it to first in time for the double play ball. Huge lead. There's the pitch. It's low. Runner going on a delayed steal, and he's going to be out at second. One-two. The runner moving. It's pulled down the line. This might be trouble, and it's a fair ball. Sandoval coming around. Coach Pineda going to send him to the plate. Here comes the tying run, and he scores. Sandoval. The throw gets away. Cooper will get to second base, and we're all tied at 6 as Sandoval scampers in. Hit so far. That ball is driven deep to right center field, and it's gone. Second home run of the inning for the Cougars. They've got 5 runs in, and Siembieda has come roaring back here at the top of the 3rd inning. 2-run home run for Jalen Montez. Long look in, there's a pitch. That's in the air. In shallow right. Very aggressive as Gerard Pineda will have a play at the plate. Oh, what a hose in right. The ball was waiting for him as he came home, and he was dead to rights. 2-2, nobody out. 2 runs in. There's the pitch, and that's up the middle. No, right to Francois. Back to second for a double play. That's a good play by Francois. And 0-1 to Araceli Morales. There's the pitch. Morales swings, hits a Vela. What a catch by Vela in right field. Vela coming to her, running to her left and diving.
Let's see if it falls, and it looks like the catch was made, and indeed it was for the 3rd out. Sprawling was Kayla Reed for the 3rd out. What a play. Garcia prepares, deals, and she swings it. This one looks.
Every year, and the Stanley Cup Finals, or the Stanley Cup Final, is going to be set come tonight. But JJ and I tell you every year, if you're not watching hockey now, you're missing on something, right? Hockey's terrific, I think, all year, but the playoffs go to a different level. And last night, would you say that was fair?
Yes.
All right, here's the scene. We're in Vegas. Montreal Canadiens have not been to the Stanley Cup Final since 1993. Still, I would tell you, the most storied franchise in the history of that game. 2-2 is the score. We go to overtime. We're about a minute and a half in at T-Mobile Arena.
And Martinez drills it. Price spotted off that, caught him way up high, and it'll bounce all the way to Gallagher. That was a good shot. Really was. Danault cutting to the net. Here's a chance. Lehkonen shoots and scores! Arturi Lehkonen has sent the Canadiens to the Stanley Cup Final.
It's Canadiens radio, and I don't even think that does it justice. Arturi Lehkonen with the goal 90 seconds into overtime. And the Canadiens, I don't know if I'm supposed to feel really good about this. If I'm like, I don't know, bleep Canada. Why bleep Canada? Good for Canada, right? It's their game. No, they're nice people, so I don't feel that way. I love the Vegas story, but I don't know, for some reason I feel like
I don't love it anymore.
They knocked your team out. Yeah, they haven't done anything to.
You're not supposed to be this good in 4 years of existence.
Yeah.
Not supposed to work that way.
Yeah, the newest team and one of the original six. I feel good for Canada, I think. I feel good for Montreal. I feel good for those fans. I think I like the story.
You like the story because it reinforces the Stanley Cup playoffs are the most wide open playoffs there is. This is the third team since 1968 to reach the Cup final with the worst playoff record. The other two have come in the last 10 years.
The Kings did it, right?
You had the 2010 Flyers and the 2017 Predators.
The Predators. Dang.
But we've seen, to your point, Kings teams come out of the eighth
spot
hole to go on a run. But the Stanley Cup playoffs are indeed the most wide open postseason there is. And then for this year for Montreal, all they did was play Canadian teams all year long. It was a Canadian division, just playing each other, had no idea. And these teams didn't see any crossover outside their division. So you get to the postseason. They're down 3-1 to Toronto. Which is, let's just add that to the fact. They didn't come in and light it up. They were down 3-1, playing for their lives, and went on this ridiculous run.
And Toronto fan is still licking their wounds on that, right? I mean, Toronto fan is one of the worst series losses in the history of that storied program or storied franchise. Minute 39 in is when Lehkonen's goal lit the lamp and ended the series. No team from Canada, and this is their game, right? I mean, this is their game. No team, that'd be like no team from the United States has won the NBA championship since 1993. Toronto wins them all. 1993. That's the last time a team from Canada hoisted the cup, and that was the Montreal Canadiens. To your point, they were, at the beginning of the postseason, they were plus 3,500 at Caesars to win the cup. You put down 100, you win 3,500 if they win the Stanley Cup. You put down a couple hundred, you win $7,000. They had, to your point, the worst regular season record was a .527 winning percentage. Yeah, damn right, I like it. The last Canadian team to get to the final was Vancouver, 2011. Before this 28-year drought, the longest the NHL had gone without a Canadian Stanley Cup champion was 6 years, from 36 to 41. And then no Canadian team has won since 93. Now, the other side of this is going to be the Islanders or Tampa Bay. Game 7 of that is tonight in Florida. I like Tampa Bay tonight. I know the Islanders, the story with the Islanders closing their building in Nassau, and there's a lot of history back in the late 80s, I guess, with the Islanders, the Brian Trottier teams, in that building, and there's something that tells you, if you believe in that extra stuff, that the Islanders are going to win tonight, because all the extra that goes into it, and the karma, the building, the fans, the drought, everything that goes into it. Like, if you buy into all that, if you buy into the story, then it's going to be the Islanders tonight. If you think the best team's going to win, it's going to be Tampa Bay.
That's been as wild as the run Montreal has been on. You just look at that series specifically for the Lightning and Islanders. The swings are insane.
Yes.
You go from an 8-0 win for Tampa Bay, then 3-2 win in overtime for the Islanders, setting up Game 7. And going back to the Habs, I guess you need to fire your coach to get to the conference finals and or finals, because Montreal fired Claude Julien back in February, and their interim coach hasn't been there the last 4 games due to a positive COVID-19 test, and thus the assistant interim coach is the interim head coach in this situation, and here they are.
28 years since the Canadians. That would be, I'm trying to think of the equivalent. Is that the Yankees going 28 years since going to the World Series? Lakers 28 years before going to the NBA Finals? I mean, it's kind of that, right?
It is, because there's, like, modern hockey fan, there's no way you realize how many Stanley Cups the Canadians have won. It doesn't feel like they've ever really been that good
Well, they haven't
in
been
modern
for 20
hockey
years.
history.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, they've won 24 of these things?
Yeah.
How is that possible?
Yeah, because they haven't even been there in 28 years. Yeah.
Well, there's only 6 of them to start. And then
Yeah. And when you put into perspective what the game means in Canada, and there's only 7 Canadian teams, right? You got, I think it's 32 teams. You've got 7 Canadian teams. That's it. Toronto, Edmonton, Winnipeg, Montreal, Calgary, Ottawa, and Vancouver. And what it means to them, I wonder where, like, Toronto fan is now. Are they going to be rooting for the Canadians because they're rooting for the Maple Leaf flag, or they just hate them so much? Edmonton fan, Winnipeg fan, are they rooting for their country?
I don't think country takes over in that situation.
See, I don't know, and I wish the phone lines were open today. And again, our phone lines are down, and so if you want to communicate with us, you can send us a text.
Where are Canadians at this morning?
Yeah, but there are Canadian hockey fans. And I'm going to send a text to a Canadian, former Canadian hockey player, and just kind of get the feel on that, because it's their game, right? And I know that there's a lot of them who feel that the Americans have bastardized their game, that how are teams in Vegas and Tampa Bay and Southern California and Dallas and the Carolinas, for flip's sake, winning cups, and we can't get a sniff up here, and it's our game, eh? Like, it's our game, eh? I know that they hate Montreal, but I think their love of country and their game and their ownership of their game may supersede that.
I can see that be a very tough back and forth.
All right, I'm going to get you an answer, I think, during the break. 505-246-0610 is the NMDOT text line. Again, our phones are down and throughout the whole building, right? I heard when they went out on you guys yesterday, and Villanucci was like, well, that's great. Now what the hell are we going to – how does he do a show without phones?
We just went straight to text messages.
Did you? Because if anybody that I know is just absolutely reliant in this business on phone calls, it's Villanucci.
Well, we get just those certain.
No, I get. I know what you get. I know what you get. Hammer. Hey, Hammer. Hey, go to the phones. Best albums, go. Hammer. Give me. Go. No, I got it.
He makes me laugh.
Does he? As long as he makes you laugh. I like seeing you laugh.
It's a good show. I like it.
That's right. Of course it is. And I like seeing you laugh, which is even better. All right, so here's how to get a hold of us today. Text line, NMDOT text line. And by the way, if you want to go see some concerts, we can do that for you too. You want to see the Foo Fighters? You want to see Dierks Bentley? You want to see Brad Paisley? Text Foo or Dierks, Dierks, or Brad to the NMDOT text line, 505-246-0610. You'll have an opportunity to win. Emails, Jeff or JJ at sportsanimallabq.com. And tweet at JJ. It's _ JJ Buck. 505-246-0610 text line. And the show is being broadcast live on ProView Networks. You can watch it on our Facebook page, The OD in the AM. When we come back, I want to get a little bit more NBA for you. I'm going to get more into this Canadian. Where's the Canadian love? Like, is the whole country on Canada now, or they just go, man, we hate the Canadians? Just hate the Canadians. And does the younger generation hate the Canadians? Because typically you hate the team that's good. And to your point, JJ, it's been 28 years. Does a Toronto fan who's 25 years old, it's probably inbred in him, huh? It's probably passed down from daddy.
Yeah.
Mom. No, we hate them, eh? We hate them. What they did to us, eh? And they drink Molson and we drink Moosehead, eh? Labatt's, eh? Labatt's blue, they drink Labatt's red, eh? Good to be moving again, isn't it? We're going to games. Going out to the ballpark tonight. You got a whole weekend of Isotopes baseball. You can go out. You can go out to parties. You're going out living and loving and feeling good. Gentlemen, are you ready for all this? Are you feeling well? If you are not, I suggest you call New Mail and feel like you again. If you're dealing with things that are natural, things like fatigue, low T, erectile dysfunction, there's a place right here in Albuquerque that can help you. New Mail has been the trailblazer in the men's health field for years. They will help. If you call, they will not call you. You must be proactive and call them. The number is 505-652-1688, or you can visit them online at newmail, NUMALE.com. You'll feel better. You already know this, but I'm going to tell you again. As men age, things like hair, weight gain, even ED happen. Good chance that you're going to be affected. Nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, the only thing to be embarrassed about is if you do not do anything about it. Do something. Call New Mail. 505-652-1688. New Mail's right here in Albuquerque. The process is comfortable. The best part about the whole thing is the results. The results are real. It works, and men all over the country are benefiting. Call New Mail, 505-652-1688, or visit newmail.com and feel better.
Garcia prepares, deals, and she swings it. This one looks ding dong doink. Yabba dabba doo. Grand slam by Mia Flores. Four ribbies for Mia as she just unleashed on that softball.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Datacom is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom has portable AC units for rent. Applications include server rooms, retail outlets, healthcare facilities, laboratories, convenience stores and truck stops, events, concerts, and weddings. All of these units are 120-volt plug and play. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Industries is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. DCE Systems want to help schools reopen and keep students, teachers, and staff safe. New Mexico's distributor of the no-valent Shield Plus, an antimicrobial hand sanitizer that lasts 24 hours. That's right, 24 hours. 1 liter will provide approximately 2,000 individual applications. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to DCESystemsInc.com to learn more. DCE Systems is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors.
Lobo basketball's roster is down to the limit again. 13 scholarship players. The opening drive, Jeff Siembieda, J.J. Buck. Rod Brown, who had transferred in previously from Wichita State, announced yesterday that he has entered the transfer portal. He had been at practice. He'd been enrolled in summer school sessions at the University of New Mexico, but announced yesterday, well, he didn't really make a big announcement. I guess he'd let verbalcommits.com know, and so it went out via the interwebs and the Twitters and all of that, that he has gone. Nothing surprises me, and I think this is probably what I was expecting, JJ, just looking at the construction of the roster, looking at who was left and what happened towards the end of last season. I wouldn't have bet on it. It like I said, nothing surprises me as far as the roster makeup with the way this all went down, and this probably makes sense.
Yeah, when there's coaching turnover, nothing should surprise you when it comes to player turnover, and especially now with the immediate eligibility and transfers. When you see situations like this, whether it's incoming players or players on the roster, you just let it play out. It will work itself out, and it did in this case.
Yeah. So you're down to 13. Rod Brown no longer on the squad. The UNM's makeup of the roster is, I believe, 8 newcomers? No, where's the number? Is that right?
8 newcomers, 5 returners.
Okay. It's a lot. And it shouldn't surprise you. Shouldn't surprise you. Did you guys talk about the Thanksgiving tournament, the one that they're going to in Vegas, to the field when it was announced? Alabama, Birmingham, San Francisco, Towson, and New Mexico. That'll be Thanksgiving week. 2 games at the Orleans. See, the Big West moved out of the Orleans? Big West is moving. There's a new arena, a 6,000 seat arena in Henderson. It's going to be home to the indoor football team. It's going to be home to a few other things, and they got that's where the Big West is moving. Brand new arena. So they're out of the Orleans. You've been to the Orleans. That's
the West Coast Conference or the Big?
I do mean the West Coast Conference. No, I mean the Big West. No, I mean the Big West. I mean the Big West. I mean the Big West. Yeah. Yeah, I guess the Big West wasn't in the Orleans, were they?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, they were over. They were still in Southern California. All right, 505-246-0610 is the text line, NMDOT text line. Again, we're our phones are down. I know our people are working on it, so we've got no phone lines for you to participate today, but we do have the text line. We do have emails open, and you're sending emails, and I'll get to those as well. But if wrapping up on the Lobo Hoops, he was a junior. What does it mean for him? He came to UNM. He was at Pearl River Community College. He had been at Wichita State. He does he find a spot? It's late.
Yes,
he will.
It's not going to wow you, but this is one where last year's hard to hold against anybody.
Yeah,
there's a lot of things that we don't have answers to that happened at the end of the season, which I'm sure that there's some guys that are frustrated with how they handled it and the decisions that they made at the time. But it's a year where I don't want to overanalyze it for any of those guys, and especially the players that are returning, because you've heard good things out of Jeremiah Francis, and Javonte Johnson has turned it up, looked pretty good the last couple weeks, and Saquon Singleton. So I think those guys are going to have a huge chip on their shoulder from their experiences last year and then coming in, because they're taking the brunt of it. They weren't a good basketball team last year, but I still don't know if people realize how difficult it was for them, because they look at what the women did, which was unbelievable. Go, oh, why didn't you just do that? Go win a conference championship, and that's
because you weren't that good.
Yeah, because the women's team was more talented. Yeah. But just still, in terms of overall trying to get better, where's your confidence at? I think the returners are going to have a huge chip on their shoulder, but it's one, too, that just everything that went down, as I mentioned, I'm sure that there's still some players that made, I don't know if they call it a mistake in the moment, but looking back, and especially those 4 guys that just kind of went MIA at the end of the
basically quit at the end.
So that's something you have to live with.
And Rod Brown was one of them.
And Rod Brown was one of those guys. Yeah. Do I think it's going to end his collegiate career? No, I think he'll find some place to play at a Division I scholarship.
All right.
I don't know, but
3 of those guys, is Vegscheider still here?
No, he's gone.
So 3 of the 4, the only one left is Valdir Manuel.
Yes.
Okay. So the 3 of the 4 who opted to not play at the end, which I don't know if that's coincidence, or I don't know if that had anything to do with it. Maybe one day we will know. I don't know. So you would, and I don't want to paraphrase. I'm trying to remember exactly how you put it. You said you didn't say last year's a pass. What did you say? You're not putting too much into.
I'm not going to overanalyze it. Like, I'm not going to look down on, say, Francis or Johnson or Singleton.
So do you think Paul got overjudged then, for as far as being the coach and released because of last year's performance? Or do you think that was more of a?
I think it was
overall.
Yeah, but
and not just on the court stuff.
Yeah, I do think that there was a lot there with what we've seen in the 4 years.
Yeah,
and it ended up being a no-win situation, because you could look back at the years before, and there was nothing that said, "Hey, how are you going to get us out of the toughest situation this program has been in decades?"
Yeah. I for the most part, I agree with you on I don't think people realize how tough it was. I also don't believe the team was very good. And so when you combine the fact that they got no shooters, they got nobody rose as a point guard, there was the uncertainty at every step. I'm trying to find the right way to say this, and I have no reason to be politically correct, and I'm not looking to be, but the mixed messaging of, did they really want to play? Like, when it's all said and done, and when everybody tells the truth about last season, do you think they wanted to play basketball? Do you think let me ask you this: do you think the coaching staff wanted to play basketball, and more so the head coach? Did he want to play basketball?
To your point, there was mixed messaging on that, so yeah. I think people are still kind of have that question.
Yeah, because my point on this is, I don't believe they wanted to play. I believe some of them wanted to play. I think there was a and again, this is just, I haven't had a conversation with Paul about this, and this was just the messaging that was coming out of there, the way, the tone, the messaging, the body language, the everything, right? I think there were guys who wanted to play. And Paul's point was not wrong, that basketball was secondary, just getting through what they were getting through and living in hotels and going back and forth and going to school and living where they were living and dealing with injuries and dealing with uncertainty, like it sucked. Football at least had one place, knew where they were going to be. The women were dealing with the same thing, you're right. And then losing compounds everything. And when you're not very good and you're losing and you have uncertainty, it turns into what it turned into. And I wonder if it stemmed from you messaging. Did you really want to play? Because it felt like the women wanted to play, right? You were around that team a little bit more, although not in person, but you saw, like, it felt like the women wanted to play.
They wanted to play, and that was more talented.
Yeah.
And that was a huge piece to it is there wasn't as much development needed with the starters and the players that came back on a women's team as
that's right.
there was for the men, and then you start adding everything else in that you just discussed, and it became a very difficult situation. Because even as we look down at New Mexico State and how talented they were, and ultimately they still found their way to the WAC tournament finals.
I was going to go there next, yeah.
But you still saw the issues that team had.
See, I think, and I got the feeling that they did want to play, and their issue to me was the constant COVID shutdowns. Yeah, they couldn't get on the court. They were shut down for 40 days at some point, 40-something days. They went to games, and they had the Arizona game. They had all those games in California. Their issue was the constant COVID shutdowns, but it felt to me like they wanted to play. I don't know. I just, to your point, when you say, you can't really, you're not going to hold it against them or put too much into it, or however it is you phrased it, and I think that's fair. Obviously their head coach got judged on it. He's no longer here. But I think that's different, and I think that's part of leadership, direction of program, where was it going, and cumulative of the past number of years. It wasn't just a one-year deal, and so I agree with you on that. But last year was so tough to judge, and I don't know why we're looking back. But I just wonder what the messaging was, and I don't know that we'll ever know. Right? Did they? It comes down to do we want to play, or are we playing because we have to earn money for the school, right? I mean, a lot of it was part of the TV contract. You got to play. We're part of a conference. We got to play. Yeah, it sucks. Like everything about it sucked. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend to tell you it should have been easy. They should have done that. I'm not that guy. But was it doable? Were they put in a position to do what, quote unquote, they love to do? I mean, I think the administration put them in that position. It felt to me like it was incumbent upon the program then to make to use another cliche, to make lemonade out of the lemons.
Really, just to get by. And another thing you point out is just the trust.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt like whether it was the team, the decision makers, and they lost that trust in the head coach.
All right, 505-246-0610. That's the NMDOT text line. Again, our phones are down this morning, so if you're calling us, send us a text or an email. The NMDOT text line, 505-246-0610. The email's Jeff or JJ at sportsanimallabq.com. You can tweet at JJ. It's _JJ Buck on the Facebook. The OD in the AM. The stream is still up, and we are still on the Facebook, and on ProViewNetworks.com and on Comcast Channel 26. Aaron's producing for you there as well. I want to tell you about a really, really cool spot. And if you've not been there, you need to be there. If you've been there, you understand what I'm talking about. It is All In Autographs on Wyoming and Manal. The place to go for that really cool, unique gift. If you're looking for something for your place, or you just want to go somewhere and look around and go, damn, that's really cool. It's kind of like a museum. You can take some of that museum home. Sports memorabilia, so it's cards and autographs and jerseys and unique pieces. It's movie memorabilia. If you love Star Wars, you're going to love this place. Go in there. You're going to be amazed at the memorabilia they've got. Not just Star Wars, all kinds of movies. History buff, a White House humidor, an ashtray from a former president, just stuff like that. Call them at 505-504-7575. That's 505-504-7575. Their website is allinautographs.com. Go check this place out. You're looking for that unique gift. Birthday's coming up for somebody. You got something that you want to do. They are at 2225 Wyoming, Suite F. That's just south of Manal. It's Wyoming and Manal, just south of Manal. Open 11 o'clock in the morning, Wednesday through Sunday. It is All In Autographs. Go enjoy yourself and get something really cool at All In Autographs.
Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog! Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah. Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide on Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to the Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus.
Prayers and best thoughts and energy to Eddie Nunez and his family and everybody involved. By now, I think everybody's seen the video of that the building in Florida that collapsed, which is unfathomable. And 99 individuals are still missing. And Eddie sent out a tweet, and I just sent him a text. I just can't imagine. And one of the people missing is Eddie's aunt, and I only say that because he put it on the Twitter, and so it's out there. So keep Eddie and Aunt Maggie and his family and all the individuals in whatever it is. If you pray, you think, whatever it is, however you send good energy, good thoughts. I couldn't stop watching that. Most of the day I've gotten the news on in my office, and just watching it, and you just start thinking, whatever it is you let your mind go, and it's just unfathomable. The guy that was making the rounds that heard the little boy, did you see him? He said he was a guy from Arizona. He's wearing a Diamondbacks hat. So he was visiting his parents. He was out walking his dog at 1:30 in the morning when the building crashed. Fell down, whatever, collapsed. And he said he could hear a boy like screaming, help me, please don't leave me, no, don't leave me. And he went and got authorities, and somehow they got that little boy out, which is just chilling. But I got nothing incredibly insightful to tell you other than I'm sending an incredible love and prayers to Eddie's family and to all those who were involved. Did you guys hit on it on your show yesterday in the afternoon?
No, not at all.
It's insane. I know you saw it. It's unfathomable. I mean, you're sleeping and all of a sudden, boom.
Right, like 1 a.m.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be. I guess I don't know. Would it be better 1 p.m? Maybe less people would be home. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, just sending love. All right, it's the opening drive. Our phone lines are down, and so if you want to send text, you can do that. The NMDOT text line is open, 505-246-0610. You can get to us there. You can send emails, Jeff or JJ, at sportsanimалabq.com, and tweet at JJ_JJ Buck. Bill said, I'm sorry, Jeffy. I should have supported the prior regime. I should have supported mediocrity because right now mediocrity would be a step up. I'm sorry. That's from Bill. I think he's talking about Isotopes. Another loss last night, 7-1 at home to open the series against Tacoma. He feels bad that he didn't support Glenn Allen Hill and the previous. They're just not very good. And it's not Warren Schaefer's fault. I mean, you can be a hell of a lot higher than him. You got to have weapons to go into a fight, and they're just. I mean, that's the whole system right now. The Rockies from top to bottom are not very good.
They're not. Somehow, some way, they're not the worst team in the division, which still boggles the mind. But the system, it's barren right now. And outside of Ryan Valade, there's not a guy you look and go, all right, I can see a future with this specific player and baseball, especially in the major leagues. But guess what? The fun run is back, baby.
Sid's in on the Isotopes 2. I'll get you some of that. The fun run is back, though. Yeah, they and it delayed the fireworks, I think, last night, right? Because Francina was there late last night. Surprised they didn't call in Stephanie to go over there and throw you over there. And
so while you're having your salty meeting in the corner about the Isotopes not being good, everyone else is enjoying their night.
Fun run is back. Fireworks are back. Sid, I'll get your stuff. Send us email, Jeff or JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. I'll get it on the air. Text us if you prefer the NMDOT text line. Every other show's getting like a zillion texts except for us. Is that the deal?
We got one.
Like our audience hasn't got into the texting yet?
We got one.
Yeah, I saw it.
Woo!
I get that to you. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
Here's a 1-2. That's lifted, well hit into the gap. This might clear the bases. It's going to bounce off the wall, and it will clear the bases. A bases clearing double off the bat of Nico Barella. Got the glove on it. Squeezes for a second. That's tapped on the ground. Might be academic. They'll flip it to first in time for the double play ball. Huge lead. There's the pitch. It's low. Runner going on a delayed steal, and he's going to be out at second. One-two. The runner moving. It's pulled down the line. This might be trouble, and it's a fair ball. Sandoval coming around. Coach Pineda going to send him to the plate. Here comes the tying run, and he scores. Sandoval. The throw gets away. Cooper will go to second base, and we're all tied at 6 as Sandoval scampers in. Hit so far. That ball is driven deep to right center field, and it's gone. Second home run of the inning for the Cougars. They've got 5 runs in, and Siembieda has come roaring back here at the top of the 3rd inning. 2-run home run for Jalen Montez. Long look in, there's a pitch. That's in the air. In shallow right. Very aggressive as Gerard Pineda will have a play at the plate. Oh, what a hose in right. The ball was waiting for him as he came home, and he was dead to rights. 2-2, nobody out. 2 runs in. There's the pitch, and that's up the middle. No, right to Francois. Back to second for a double play. That's a good play by Francois. 0-1 to Araceli Morales. There's the pitch. Morales swings, hits to Vela. What a catch by Vela in right field. Vela coming to her, running to her left and diving.
Let's see if it falls, and it looks like the catch was made, and indeed it was for the 3rd out. Sprawling was Kayla Reed for the 3rd out. What a play. Garcia prepares, deals, and she swings it. This one looks ding dong doink. Yabba dabba doo. Grand slam by Mia Flores. Four ribbies for Mia as she just unleashed on that softball.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're #1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you.
Voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. Don't sweat the technique. This is the opening drive with 2-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Siembieda, and JJ Bach. Don't sweat the technique.
Paul George had a big night last night. So did the Clippers. Well, coincidingly not. It's there's no coincidence. If the Clippers were to have a big night, Paul George was going to have a big night. 27-15 for PG-13. How about this? His name is Paul George and he wears 13. PG-13. I get the movie reference. 106-92, Clippers beat the Suns. 2-1 is that series.
No, it's okay.
That one,
it's It's not a wow. It's not going to the Hall of Fame, but it's all right. It's like Andre Karolinko.
AK-47.
When he wore 47.
Yeah, AK-47. Yeah.
It's your dollar store,
It's
Nick.
better than C-Will or J-Dub or, yeah.
R-Jax, 4-3.
Yeah.
Bang!
Exactly. Bang! Oh, my! Yeah.
Onions everywhere!
Canadians beat Vegas in overtime 3-2 in Nevada last night. Montreal is in the Stanley Cup final for the first time since 1993. They win the series 4-2. They'll play the winner of Game 7 tonight in Florida between Tampa Bay and the New York Islanders. It's the opening drive, Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. And then there's the Doyers, who are struggling hitting the baseball. The Chicago Cubs no-hit the Dodgers last night. Who threw it, Jeff? Well, the Cubs threw their first combined no-hitter in the history of their franchise. 4 pitchers shut down the Dodgers 4-0 last night at Chavez Ravine. It is the 7th, or 8th if you prefer, no-hitter in baseball, the most ever before July 1st, tied for the most in a season since 1900, and we have not reached the All-Star break
Slow
yet.
down, though.
Huh?
It took away the sticky stuff, and the no-hitters have gone away.
Slowed down anyway. They got one yesterday. Did they take the sticky stuff away?
Took it away.
Well, they
put it on the top shelf where the pitchers could not reach it.
The 3 relievers who finished the game after Zach Davies, the starter, came out after 6, did not know the Dodgers were hitless until after they pitched, is what they claim. How do they not know the Dodgers were hitless? They sit there and say, we didn't know. The whole bullpen had no idea. This is
honestly, we don't watch the game until we have to come in and pitch.
Andrew Chafin's one of the pitchers. He said we had no idea. It was completely oblivious in the bullpen. In our defense, from that bullpen, our perspective on the field, all we can see is like batting averages and the count and stuff like that. We can't. Really?
Yeah, we're just playing Monopoly. The phone rings. One of us gets up, warms up, and then goes and pitches.
I don't even know. Ryan Turpa pitched the 7th. Chafin pitched the 8th. And after walking the leadoff hitter in the 9th, Craig Kimbrell finished it off for his the 17th no-hitter in Cubs history. He struck out in the 9th, struck out Corey Bellinger, struck out Albert Pujols, and struck out Will.
It walked 8 batters in that game.
Kimbrell said he didn't know. Yeah, 8 walks. He said he didn't know what they accomplished. Quote, when Willie gave a big fist bump, I knew something was up. He was talking about Wilson Contreras, the catcher. Then Turpa ran out there and whispered in my ear and was like, you have no idea what happened. Then Javi put me in a headlock, and I knew pretty fast what happened. End quote. 8 walks, most walks in a no-hitter since Edwin Jackson of the Diamondbacks walked 8 in a no-hitter against the Rays, then the Devil Rays in 2010. So
I can understand it.
What can you understand?
The fact, like, a combined no-hitter is like, that's cool. But it definitely does not have the same buzz as some dude on pitch 128 trying to finish the game.
Oh, I totally agree with that. 100% agree with that.
We're finding out the bullpen really doesn't care what's going on. It's like, all right, I got to go pitch now.
Bigger story. Dodgers continue to lose and can't hit. Or 7th no-hitter in the big leagues this year.
Dodgers continue to lose. And yet they're still 44-31 overall. So that's a lot of losing they're doing.
Ralph says no-hitter shouldn't count with 8 walks. It's a no-hitter.
Not a perfect game.
Yeah, not a no-walker. It's not a nobody gets on baser. It's a no-hitter. Oh, damn. That's beautiful. What did I just watch? I just watched a highlight of a dude from Cleveland. Steals second base. Ball gets thrown into, gets past the second baseman, dribbles into center field, and he walks back, looks the other way, and they throw the ball to shortstop and he gets tagged out because he's just.
Did you see the Arizona Diamondbacks play over the weekend?
Why would I watch the Arizona?
Because they're your favorite team. They finally broke the losing
only
streak.
when they play on the road. Only when they play on the road.
Only when they play on the road.
I don't like them when they play at home. They finally break the streak?
I don't know if they broke it on the road yet.
Yeah, that's my point. The road streak is still because the Orioles lost their 20th in a row yesterday.
Yeah, they had a 17-game overall losing streak to the Diamondbacks. they snapped over the weekend.
Yeah, I don't think they've won on the road yet.
But there was a play where Daniel Vogelbach of the Brewers was rounding third and pulls his hamstring.
Okay, that's
and he immediately just stops and he's limping. And the throw from the outfield hits the cutoff man on second base, and the cutoff man is just staring at him, frozen. And the catcher and the pitcher standing at home plate, jumping up and down, throw the ball home, throw the ball home. And the guy's just standing there like he feels bad for Vogelbach.
So he didn't throw it?
Limps his way all the way home and touches home plate.
Nuh-uh.
He just froze. He's like, do I stop? The guy's hurt. They're like, throw it home, throw it home.
Oh, but he's hurt. I feel for him. Throw me the damn ball.
Staring at him for 10 seconds. As the dude limps home.
Arizona Diamondback baseball gets no better than that, by the way. Orioles have lost 20 in a row.
The Rockies are 10 games better than you.
I know. Did you see the Orioles yesterday? 20 in a row? The Orioles are chasing them. And then there's this. So we almost had this. I don't know when the last time, and maybe you go back through your Elias record books. So this was, the seventh no-hitter in the big leagues, 8 if you count Madison Bumgarner's, but they don't. The most since July 1st since 1900 when they started doing this stuff, keeping these records. Has there ever been on the same day a combined no-hitter in Major League Baseball? Because the Red Sox were throwing a combined no-hitter, one out into the ninth when Kevin Kiermaier of the Rays doubled to break it up. And then the Rays won the game 1-0. But they were getting no hit with 5 outs left. Another combined no-hitter on the same day. That would have been something to think about if you like baseball. I was talking. Does baseball have a problem with young people? And we've had this conversation. So I think so. This was a good perspective. I went out Friday. I just soloed and cut up with a group on a golf course in Southern California, and ended up playing. I think I told you this. I played with a young guy who's who works for an agency that represents Major League Baseball players, including your guy Nolan Arenado. Gave me a little backstory on that, but we're talking about how baseball just continues to get in its own way. Whether it's the All-Star uniforms they just put out the other day, which they didn't change the colors. It was in Atlanta. They must have pre-bought the uniforms because they're Atlanta's baseball team's colors and not the Rockies. Like the uniform. First of all, the teams never wear they always wear their own uniforms. It's kind of one of the cool parts about baseball's All-Star game, where you see, hey, there's my Rocky. He's wearing his Rocky uniform. The Dodger guy wear the Dodger uniform. No. Now they're all going to wear uniforms, but they're going to have the team's 3-letter on the uniform, which and they're not all that attractive, and they're in Braves colors. But other than that, they're really cool. It's just like another swing of a miss. But we were talking about it, and he was talking about baseball, and he's like, yeah, no, he says, dude, I'm 28. And he says, none of my friends like baseball. None of my friends watch baseball. And it's because of, the basically what they do to themselves, he said. It's so stupid. And he was obviously well-versed on the labor issues that we spent so much time talking about during the COVID era, why baseball was pushed back, why they had such a short season. And then when we sit here yesterday and we hear Rob Manfred come out and say, "Oh no, it's going great," as far as inspecting the pitchers and all that, it's like they've isolated themselves where they don't realize what's going on. I love baseball. I grew up on baseball. Baseball was my first sports love. In some respects, it still is. But I can't sit and watch a game every day. When I was a kid, I knew every player, every batting average, baseball cards, everything. Right? I got it. But it was a really good perspective from a guy who is intimately involved in the game, who makes his living in the game, and says, "Yeah, dude, none of my boys like baseball."
To me, that's the biggest question: is how do you get non-baseball players to like baseball? Because there's always going to be people playing baseball, from little leagues up into high school programs, get the opportunity to play in college, go play Major League Baseball. So how do you get non-baseball players into the game so you have that crossover?
Parents and so I kind of got into it, right? I played it, but my dad introduced me to the game, and I think that's how so many of my generation got introduced to the game. And now we've skipped a generation. Your buddies, are they baseball fans?
Not big baseball fans.
No, can they throw a baseball though?
Yes, all of us can play baseball.
Seriously, Steph laughs at me, but I told you I think every American male over the age of 10 should be able to throw a baseball 60 feet. right?
Yes.
All right. Just want
But it's such. But I also think that there's a realization, and this is something that you've been on for a long time, and you just have to deal with it. Until October, baseball is a regional sport.
There's no doubt.
And you're just not going to have a lot of storylines that create major buzz that aren't just the sticky stuff, bad headline.
Yeah, and that's why I think sometimes we get isolated in this market, right? I because every time I go to another market, I mean, L.A. loves the Dodgers. Like my brother's got everywhere we go, we're coming back from dinner. He's looking at his phone. We got the Dodger game on the radio. It was in North County, San Diego, but I know how San Diego feels about the Padres right now. I went to Pittsburgh, a couple baseball seasons ago. Pittsburgh loves the Pirates. So in those towns, especially if the team is worth a damn, and now I know what Seattle was like. So the markets love their teams. It's places like here, San Antonio, Fresno, Omaha, Birmingham that doesn't have Major League Baseball. I think it gets lost where the NFL resonates in every one of those towns. The NBA, I don't know if it does all season. I think the NBA's got somewhat the same issue, although their playoffs are a lot better.
I don't think the NBA has the same issue at all.
You don't think so?
I
think the NBA resonates in this town better than baseball does?
Well, I mean, to your initial point, the NBA resonates to
nationally
younger fans across the board.
Okay, they probably do a better job of marketing it, and a lot more people are playing basketball too. But yeah, that might be right. But I think that's one of baseball's big issues. All right, I know we're late for this stuff, so we'll take this break. 505-246-0610. That's the NMDOT text line. Again, phones are down this morning. I'll get to the text line when we get back. Emails coming in, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. You can watch the show on the Facebook. ProView Networks and Aaron are putting it up there. It's the OD and the AM. Stephanie will take she can't take your call, can you?
Maybe it's Aaron, maybe it's not. Who knows?
I don't even know where.
Who knows?
Oh, wait. Aaron, all the equipment's out of baseball, by the way. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Datacom is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom has portable AC units for rent. Applications include server rooms, retail outlets, healthcare facilities, laboratories, convenience stores and truck stops, events, concerts, and weddings. All of these units are 120-volt plug and play. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream style roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. DCE Systems want to help schools reopen and keep students, teachers, and staff safe. New Mexico's distributor of Novalent Shield Plus, an antimicrobial hand sanitizer that lasts 24 hours. That's right, 24 hours. 1 liter will provide approximately 2,000 individual applications. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to DCESystemsInc.com to learn more. DCE Systems is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Ted, the sports animal.
Look at you guys utilizing the NMDOT text line. That's right, 505-246-0610. On a day where the phones are down, we rely on the text line, the email machine, the Twitter box, you know, those sorts of things, Steph. I don't have to call you Hammer, do I? Hammer!
No, you do not.
Best favorite album, best albums ever, go! Hammer time. Best chocolates, go! Hello? Huh? I don't even know who this is, but it doesn't matter. Somebody said Rod Brown, Lobo basketball, entered the transfer portal, or at least it was announced yesterday somehow that he's in. Rod Brown only looked like a really good basketball player, it says. There was literally nothing on the floor. He did well. I don't know if there's literally nothing. Fair to say that he wasn't consistent and that he struggled last year, right?
Yes. It is fair to say that it was a rough year for Rod Brown, really anyone else that was playing for the men's team. Rod, I don't know what the expectations were with him, but when you saw him on the court, you figured if this dude locked in defensively and rebounded, figured he'd find a nice role. But I don't really think anyone had a role in last year's team.
No, I don't. I mean, roles never. It's a really good point. There was one guy with a role, honestly.
And it was McQuatch Malawat.
That's it. And lead and score and do everything you can. And whichever point guard was going to come off the bench was going to have a better game than the point guard who started, right? And those were your roles. So the backup point guard was gonna have a pretty decent game sometimes. and McQuatch Malawat was gonna lead you in scoring. Oh, that's right. And to JJ's point earlier, he and you're not wrong. You said I keep paraphrasing it, and I don't remember how you said it. You're not going to put too much credence into it, or you're not going to hold it against them, or you're not going to.
Not going to overanalyze last year.
I think that's fair,
especially from a player's perspective.
No, with everything that went into it, but now coaches had a chance to see him, and here they are. I got an email on. I got to find it now. On the Rod Brown thing, where'd that go? Must be gone. Oh, here it is. This is from Mean Machine. He said, Jeff, maybe he looked at the roster and finally came to the realization that Mean Machine has. Where is the playing time for all these guys going to come from? It's better to leave now than pout on the bench in November. It's from Mean Machine. I always wonder, Mean Machine, do you think all 13 scholarship guys are going to play? Give me that roster in America where they got a 13-man rotation. If you're going to shy away from the competition, then go play junior college ball somewhere or wherever it is you're going to be able to play. Hit me with that roster in America where all 13 guys are playing. Show me one. Now, I'm listening. I'm looking. If I need to learn, just because I always tell you all the time, just because I don't know it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Just because I don't see it doesn't mean it didn't happen. I'm listening. But where is it? Every guy comes in on scholarship, thinks he's going to the NBA, thinks he's going to play a lot. Then he realizes, damn, those guys are good too. Then there's a competition. Some dudes don't play much. It's how it is. Now, you either stick around and you develop and you get to play next year or the year after, or you go somewhere else and start the whole process again. You got 8 new guys coming in. Are those the only ones who are going to play? Your rotation is probably going to be 8, maybe 9, right? Yep. So is it just going to be the 8 new guys, or does Saquon Singleton? Does Javonte get to play? Does Francis get to play? I think some of those guys are going to play. But they're not running from the competition. Valdir Manuel's going to play? I mean, I don't know. Am I overreacting to that?
I don't think you're overreacting. Same question every single year, and somehow, some way,
I read it.
We always get to a point where's the scoring come from, where's the playing time come from, and
it's not coming for everyone. I mean, the bottom line is it's not. Now, where's the scoring coming from is a whole other issue, because every damn year I hear, there's only one basketball, Jeff. There's not enough basketballs to go around. All these guys. I mean, who's going to get there's, and then I hit January and we're having the same conversation. Can we get more basketballs? Because nobody's scoring the basketball. Sid's in on the Isotopes chase for 88. He says, Mr. Siembieda, I am starting a periodic new series. The all-time record for losses by the Albuquerque Dukes was 88 during the 144-game season in 1986. The real drama now is whether they can match those 88 losses in a COVID-shortened 120-game season. Right now, they're on pace to lose 84. Can they do it? It's going to take a tremendous effort, but I have no doubt howdy doody that the other honcho and the Rockies organization are going to battle all summer to get there. Sid, maybe this will make you feel better. They go by winning percentage, or in this case, losing percentage. Maybe they can shoot for lowest win percentage in the history of the franchise or of Albuquerque baseball. Because if they're playing 24 games less, they're probably not going to hit your number, right? They only playing 120 games in this COVID-shortened season. So they may not hit your number. But go for winning percentage, and then maybe you'll feel like you got somewhere. Huh? I'm just saying. Harold wants to talk about Lobo volleyball, JJ. Can we talk about Lobo volleyball? I'm going to have to ask. I mean, can we?
I don't see why not.
All right. He says, when I hear the talking heads hype the start of footy, I'm yelling at the radio, what about Lobo volleyball? They usually kick off first, but I haven't heard a word. We're only 6 weeks away from when we normally expect to see the first friendly at Johnson Gym's pitch. I assume a full season? It's from Harold. I would assume a full season. Harold loves it. I wonder, does Harold have season tickets? Harold's the one who always asks about it. You think he's got season tickets?
Or he's got that
a kid
Lobo pass.
Yeah, Lobo pass. The Lobo pass is good. Or a kid playing. Or a coach who's related. Look, you're probably not going to see the billboard for Lobo volleyball. I'm going to guess the billboards are going to go to football and men's basketball, maybe even women's basketball. Harold, that's a conversation I can't solve for you. You're going to have to take that up with the powers that be. Why aren't there any damn volleyball billboards, Steph? Why are there no Lobo volleyball billboards around? They got a big match. Okay.
Summer volleyball camp start today.
Ooh, there you go, Harold. Huh? Lobo Hobo says, same dude? Oh, no, he sent a couple. He says, Rod Brown was another in the all shorts and T-shirt team, Jeff. P.S. is Hama throwing long relief. This award-winning OD and then the Ben DiNucci show? You're doing both, right? That's kind of your shift now, right? You do us, then Ben DiNucci?
You know, they just have been putting me wherever. But, yeah, I've been doing that show this whole week.
Do you know who Ben DiNucci is?
No, I don't.
He started a game at quarterback for the Cowboys this year. One. I think he's their third-string quarterback. Ben DiNucci.
I better look him up because that's my team, Dallas.
Yeah. Start calling since. I mean, what do you call Villanucci? I mean, do you like Hama? Are you down with Hama? You down with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I answer
okay.
to whatever.
Yeah. Well, don't answer to whatever. Don't do that. Don't. That's nothing. Don't do that. But find something cute, and hit him with hit him with a Ben DiNucci. He tried to do sports for a while. He should know who Ben DiNucci is.
Right, he was on ESPN for a little bit.
Well, I mean, an affiliate.
An affiliate.
Yeah, I mean, he likes to tell you that, but it was an affiliate. Yeah, so he tried to do sports for a minute. He should know who Ben DiNucci is, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You're getting the love. By the way, people are expecting a hell of a hoe out of Bahama.
I'm so scared.
I mean, a heck of a hoe out of Bahama. 505-246-0610. Security for your home or business is like insurance. You know you need it, but you don't want to pay for it. Then a bad guy breaks in. You realize you should have been prepared. Be prepared. Call International Protective Service. IPS protects my home. They have for years. I trust them. They give us peace of mind. My neighbors like when they come by. Look, last year was a nightmare. Make sure next year's better. Let IPS protect your home, your business with on-site guards, 24-hour patrols. Stop crime before it happens to you. They monitor your alarm. If your alarm goes off, they're there within 5 to 7 minutes with armed, trained security officers. If you go out of town, they patrol your home, pick up the newspaper, pick up the mail, roll out the garbage cans to the curb, and back on garbage day. Just give your home that lived-in look. Trust them. I do. International Protective Service. I know you see their vehicles all around town. Hundreds and hundreds of families, businesses are trusting International Protective Service. I believe you should as well. There's no contracts. There's no long-term commitments. It works for you how you want it to work. Call Aaron and the guys over there and find out what they can do for you. The phone number is 505-897-2420. That's area code 505-897-2420. Or you can visit them online. It's ipsglobal.com.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks. Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats.
They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that could happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah. Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk Live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome.
Sports Animal, go back to the ballpark tonight. All right, Steph, what do you got? I mean, we never timed those things. I don't know when it turned into a longevity contest. I really don't. It's just kind of, oh, okay.
Right at times, I don't even know when to stop it.
Yeah, there's no. Actually, I kind of think, oh, that could be a headache. That could go the whole day. All right, happy ho to you. Happy Friday. Game 2, Eastern Conference Finals tonight. Who do you got? You got the Hawks? It's got to be the Bucks tonight, right? Got to be the Bucks. Doesn't it?
It'll be the Bucks.
I got the Bucks tonight, too. All right. The Milwaukee Bucks. This is from John. He says, well, I'm listening on men's basketball. I'm listening to hear people wondering about minutes, when the fact is, if you're not in the top 8, your minutes are going to be minimal or nada. And if your team isn't winning consistently, then figure it out. By the way, great hire to replace Coach Birmingham. You had Todd
Brown.
It's a pretty complicated one for me. You had Todd Brown on the show the other day. How was that? I was on the Zoom conference. It seemed like he, was very, very formal, very, raised, all over the place. This gentleman seemed very, very formal.
Different attitude initially, but I think that's kind of expected coming in the feeling out process. He's getting accustomed to the job and the surroundings.
Okay. Yeah, and trying to figure out who's who and who do I guess new media, new people, what are they getting at? And there's a reputation this town's got a little bit media-wise for new people coming in. So I think it's fair to be a little cautious. Fair enough. But he was good?
Yeah.
All right, good. Lobo Hobo said, I'm expecting a Hamma Ho. With a nickname like Hamma, you can't have an average hoe. You got to bring it like JJ on Valentine's Day. That lasted, didn't it?
It did.
It was a long time ago. Bruce says, don't understand this PCL schedule, Jeff. Albuquerque's baseball team's already played Sugarland 12 times, and they get the Skeeters 18 more. Yet they're already done with Reno for the season, one series. We didn't even get to see the Aces in the friendly confines. I know, that's horrible. You should return your tickets. You don't get to see Reno, come here. And you got to watch damn Sugarland all those times. I don't know what to tell you. I don't understand it either. Some COVID, it's not even the PCL anymore. It's AAA West, Eastern Division. AAA West East, is that right?
AAA West.
All right. Dan says 12 years ago today, Jeffrey, Juan Jose, no gato Roberto, y gato Estefe. Maybe OD can play a heavy dose of Michael Jackson. Is that when Michael Jackson died? 12 years ago today? Dang.
I don't think we can afford that, just so you know.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's probably right. All right, Dodgers got no hit last night. 7th no hitter in the big leagues this year. 7, JJ. This one. Ralph says it shouldn't count. I said, look, dude, it's a no hitter, not a no walker. And he said the pitcher shakedown after the inning is lame. Manfred is a sham of a commissioner. After excuse the trash can banging the worst. Get used to the pitcher shakedown after the. I mean, what else do you call it?
Is there a commissioner that is going to have a worse reputation than Rob Manfred?
The last one, Bud Selig, wasn't great. When you think of Bud Selig, do you think positive reputation, or what do you think?
That's a great point. So pretty much just baseball commissioner.
Think of Gary Bettman, the hockey commissioner. I mean, people hate.
People booed him, but what for?
I know, because he's the commissioner.
Yeah.
What about Craig Thompson? I'm just asking.
What about Craig Thompson?
People, I mean, don't...
Because he hasn't invited you over since his...
No, I'm fine with Craig Thompson. I'm asking you about your... Look, I like Craig.
I don't have any issues with Craig Thompson.
But everybody would call it, like, ask Rudy what he thinks of Craig
Maybe
Thompson.
Larry Scott.
Okay. I mean,
But Manfred doesn't even have, like... one, like, oh, that was good. It's been like, oh, that's a mess.
Yeah. And he also had to go through COVID, which is rough. I firmly believe this. Every fan base absolutely believes the commissioner is screwing them. Boise State does, and they're getting every favorite in this league.
I know.
And they believe that they're getting hosed, and that's why, well, we got to go to the American. Right?
Oh, we'll be national champions.
Oh, that's right. We'll get all that money. And
the turf is blue. We get it.
Right. It's cute.
We get it.
You got cute blue turf. No, that's right. Every fan base. San Diego State, oh, we get screwed on the schedule. Fresno State, oh, they're hosing us. Nevada, they hate us. New Mexico, oh, we get hosed. We're not on TV. Right? Every fan base hates the commissioner. And I'm going to guess it's the same in baseball, Major League Baseball. So to your point on Manfred, has he done anything right? Is there anything that you look at it and say, well, I mean, he got him through the pandemic? Well, I mean, kind of. They played a 60-game season and the Dodgers won the World Series. But kind of. I mean, what do you want that job? I used to think commissioner would be a great job. What do you got to do?
Just take all the ish for everyone else?
You take a lot of ish.
Yeah. You're the face of the owners.
You're working for the owners, correct. You are working for the owners. You're doing their dirty work. You're doing their bidding. Yes. Yeah, it's not, I mean, that, look, to me, his biggest mistake, well, a couple of them. The handling of the Astros thing, and I know everybody says, what do you want him to do? Well, I mean, there should have been, I'm not certain I think they should have vacated, well, I'm certain I don't think this, that they should have vacated the World Series title. Do you think they should have? I know a lot of people, Dodger fan thinks that. Do you think that should have been vacated? So you're not certain yet. You're not there at a solid place.
With what I've seen, they were caught cheating.
Yeah.
Right? They cheated.
Yeah.
But at what point do we start putting our foot down, and what point do we start retroactively taking things away?
Yeah, I believe something should have been done to players involved.
I think the players should have faced a harsher penalty.
I agree with that. Yeah, I don't think it should have just been the organization paying $5 million, losing some draft picks, and firing their manager and their general manager. Like it feels like the people who were involved with it, but they got immunity on this. Now, the other side of that is if they didn't get immunity, would they have gotten the information that you'd have known to the extent to which they cheated?
Oh, I guess it's they didn't have to give the Mike Fiers immunity. It's the one that kind of blew the doors open on it.
No, pitchers probably weren't. Yeah, pitcher who probably had 3 at-bats all season probably wasn't involved in it. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I just, it's so easy to sit back on the surface and look at it, but when you start peeling back and saying, all right, but if he'd have done this, then this, this would have been the consequence. Would they have? And does Mike Fiers know everything that went on? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Like he explained to some extent what was going on. Ralph says flat out, they cheated, vacate the title. They cheated, vacate the title. I know a lot of people feel that way. I'm not sure I'm there, but I do believe so he probably screwed that up. This whole mid-season crackdown on pitching, because the players were screaming. Now again, it sounds like I hate mid-season changing of the rules, but the batters, the hitters were screaming to an extent where they were being heard. Something had to happen. It was getting out of control. What do you do?
It's essentially all you're doing is saying we're following the rules. We're enforcing the rules.
Yes,
finally.
Yes.
And so if you're crying about it, too bad. These are the rules.
Well, you went too far.
I think the frustration from the pitchers is they took away everything, and there's not.
You mean they enforce the rules?
Not just the spider tack, but
they enforce the rules.
But
the rules are.
Yeah, but sunscreen and rosin does not make you a Cy Young pitcher. I do think that is a fair conversation for people that throw a baseball every day of their life, and the little feels, the height of the seams matter, that Major League Baseball can't figure out, hey, what can you use just to hold a baseball?
So agreed to some extent. Does the rules say would sunscreen and what is it, sunscreen and rosin?
Yeah.
Would that
you have your rosin
would that be a foreign substance? The sunscreen.
What is now?
Well, wouldn't it be?
Yes.
So by the rule,
but I think that's a problem. Is
they went
with baseball like everything else? Like you're looking the other way, you're looking the other way.
Now I'm looking your way.
They're just saying, hey, we want to grip the baseball.
I got it. Is a baseball that slippery?
Job. Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Major League pitchers will tell you, yes, it is.
Well, then that's a problem. And to the seams
and just rubbing it down doesn't do everything because it's entirely different at every time.
Let's finish this on the other side because I know we're running late. Because I want to continue this because you and I see it a little differently. By the letter of the law, by the letter of the rule, it's a foreign substance.
One thing that is the same for everyone. What are you doing to better yourself when it comes to your fitness? There's a ton of options out there, but for me, F45 functional training has been the one that's helped me the most, especially coming off what I call my red shirt year last season. And the season was a shutdown, all of us locked in, but finally getting out, getting back to life. And we've thought about health, but have we thought about our fitness? Well, now it's time to think about it. And how about just 45 minutes? That's all you need to dedicate to start getting in some of the best shape of your life. F45 training has helped me get back on track, and they can do the same for you. We're talking about high-intensity interval training, just 45-minute classes. The new program that dropped a couple weeks ago, it's awesome. I love the changes in it, the different workouts you're going to be doing. Yesterday, Romans, it was lower body focus, so a lot of leg work, but you need that, your foundation. You're going to come back today, probably more cardio-based workout, but it's not just 45 minutes on a treadmill or a rower, anything like that. It's full-body functional fitness, doing all kinds of different movements, body weight to weights, dumbbells, kettlebells, you name it. They incorporate it. The programs are great. Show up, get your work in, and move on. Check them out at F45training.com. Download the F45 app today so you can see what the classes are about. The class schedule. Classes are available 7 days a week. Sign up for your free trial. Get in and get going. F45training.com. Download the F45 app. Check out the Northeast Heights location. Team training, life-changing. I'll see you at F45.
Pull into church.
Here's a 1-2. That's lifted well hit into the gap. This might clear the bases. It's going to bounce off the wall, and it will clear the bases. A bases clearing double off the bat of Nico Barella. Got the glove on it. Squeezes for a second. That's tapped on the ground. Might be academic. They'll flip it to first in time for the double play ball. Huge lead. There's the pitch. It's low. Runner going on a delayed steal, and he's going to be out at second. One-two. The runner moving. It's pulled down the line. This might be trouble, and it's a fair ball. Sandoval coming around. Coach Pineda going to send him to the plate. Here comes the tying run, and he scores. Sandoval. The throw gets away. Cooper will get to second base, and we're all tied at 6 as Sandoval scampers in.
Hit so far. That ball is driven deep to right center field, and it's gone. Second home run of the inning for the Cougars. They've got 5 runs in, and Siembieda has come roaring back here at the top of the 3rd inning. 2-run home run for Jalen Montez.
Long look in. There's a pitch. That's in the air. In shallow right. Very aggressive as Gerard Pineda will have a play at the plate. Oh, what a hose in right. The ball was waiting for him as he came home, and he was dead to rights.
2-2, nobody out. 2 runs in. There's the pitch, and that's up the middle. No, right to Francois. Back to second for a double play. That's a good play by Francois. And 0-1 to Araceli Morales. There's the pitch. Morales swings, hit to Vela. What a catch by Vela in right field. Vela coming to her, running to her left and diving.
Let's see if it falls, and it looks like the catch was made, and indeed it was for the 3rd out. Sprawling was Kayla Reed for the 3rd out. What a play. Garcia prepares, deals, and she swings it. This one looks ding dong doink. Yabba dabba doo. Grand slam by Mia Flores. Four ribbies for Mia as she just unleashed on that softball.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Datacom is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom has portable AC units for rent. Applications include server rooms, retail outlets, healthcare facilities, laboratories, convenience stores and truck stops, events, concerts, and weddings. All of these units are 120-volt plug and play. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
All right, so the Mavericks are finalizing, by every report, a deal to make Jason Kidd their new head coach. Of course, Rick Carlisle stepped down after 13 seasons there. He now is the head coach of Indiana. The Mavericks are finalizing a deal for a Hall of Fame point guard who played for them. And also, they're revamping the front office. Nico Harrison, a Nike executive, to run the front office. I think this is good. Jason Kidd's been a name for a lot of coaches. He's been a head coach before in Milwaukee. He's been on the Lakers bench. This feels right, going to a place where he won. I don't know. Does it feel right to you?
It doesn't feel right. It feels comfortable.
Okay.
Which I don't think is always right.
Interesting. Okay.
It's like, oh, Jason Kidd played for us. He's a Hall of Fame point guard. Fantastic. Like, Jason Kidd was bad in Milwaukee, and that wasn't a bad basketball team.
Was he bad?
Like, it was. Yes, he was.
Okay.
Like, there's not a lot of positive buzz. He's gonna get his chance, but this is one that it's just more. Oh, it's comfortable for the point guard coming back to Dallas, as opposed to I think it's a good coaching move right now.
Is this a lot to Coach Luka? I mean, is they've got a budding superstar. Obviously, their superstar is going to sign off on this. As a head coach, to your point, Jason Kidd was 183 and 190. He was with the Nets, with the Bucks, and again the last 2 seasons with the Lakers. You think this is a lot about Luka?
I don't think it's that much about Luka.
Okay, it might not be.
Because other than Jason Kidd played for the Mavericks, I'm not sure what that relationship is between Luka Doncic and Jason Kidd. I don't think they've spent a ton of time together. To me, the bigger is you start looking at some of the front office moves, and then who you can get to play with Luka Doncic.
Yeah, and that's where that other hire is going to come in. All right, so that's on its way down. Meanwhile, in the NBA tonight, you get Game 2, Eastern Conference Finals. So hockey is singular, basketball is plural, Steph. You got to remember. So like when we get to the finals next week, so finals because I'm talking about 2 of them. The Stanley Cup is a final. The NBA is a finals. Understood? Hockey people are very strict about that.
Yes.
It's a
final.
It's a final. Yeah. Reset for you. Here's our deal today. Encouraging you to send texts. Use the NMDOT text line because our phone lines are down. The NMDOT text line is 505-246-0610. Emails are coming in, Jeff or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Get your reset and started up. Still got some baseball. Set the 5A, 4A championships in baseball for you after what happened yesterday. It's the opening drive, Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck. Aaron's producing on the ProView Network's television side, Stephanie on the radio side on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
DCE Systems want to help schools reopen and keep students, teachers, and staff safe. New Mexico's distributor of no-valent Shield Plus, an antimicrobial hand sanitizer that lasts 24 hours. That's right, 24 hours. 1 liter will provide approximately 2,000 individual applications. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to DCESystemsInc.com to learn more. DCE Systems is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson 5.9 FM and AM 610 KNML Albuquerque.
A Cumulus station.
The Sports Animal. Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 2-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Siembieda, and JJ Buck.
Paul George had a big night last night, 27 points and 15 rebounds. Clippers 106, Suns 92. It is now a 2-1 Phoenix lead in the Western Conference Finals. in the NBA. Game 2 of the East tonight. That'll be the Hawks, who are up 1-0 against the Bucks. The game will be in Wisconsin. Canadiens beat Vegas last night. Stanley Cup playoff. Was that playoffs? Playoff. 3-2 overtime goal. Arturi Lekonen with the winner in overtime, 1:39 in to end that series. Walk-off. Skate off. Is that a skate off? It's a skate off.
Skate off. Yes.
It's the opening drive, Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck. Our phone lines are down today, encouraging you to send texts to the NMDOT text line. That's area code 505-246-0610. You can send emails, Jeff or JJ, at sportsanimal@abq.com. Baseball today. Well, really, so you'll have championships today. You get Sandia Prep, and so you get the 2A and 3A today. And then the 4A and 5A tomorrow. Yesterday, in the 4A semifinals, St. Pius was a victor. They beat Artesia. And Academy was a 3-2 winner in Gallup over Miyamura. So it will be St. Pius and Albuquerque Academy, the two rivals going at each other tomorrow, 5 o'clock at Santa Ana Star Field for the 4A championship. Hobbs got by Sandia last night down in Hobbs. So they go on to the 5A championship. They will play La Cueva. The Bears beat Oñate. How about Oñate's run? Beating Rio Rancho and then almost getting through La Cueva yesterday. They ended yesterday in the state semifinals. La Cueva wins 6-4. So it's La Cueva and Hobbs. And the big school final, that's around 12:30, I think, tomorrow. All those will be on ProView Networks as well. But you get all kinds of stuff, and it's kind of cool. I don't know that this is perfect. In fact, I know it's not. Sandia Robertson today at 12:30 for the 3A championships. And then the 2A championship is Texaco and Eunice, the top two seeds, today at 5 o'clock. Yesterday, Logan won the 1A title, beating Gateway Christian 16-7. It's not ideal to be playing these after school ends, but I love this full calendar of having events, having things, sporting events, basketball, hockey, high school stuff going through the summer.
It's ideal to get a chance to play it this year, to get a chance to finish these seasons, baseball, track and field, even though it's after the fact, the chance that the seniors this year got a senior year.
Yeah.
Get a chance to at least finish it on the field or on the track. And some of the situations they've been in, just the conditions that you're not used to competing at the highest level, and it's 100 degrees outside, and who knows what it feels like on the track or on that field at times. Just a shout out to everyone from the players to the coaching staffs to the the families, the friends, and all those that are putting in work to get this season done.
Yeah, and I want to really, on that note, and that's where I was going next, a real shout out to the NMAA. You only talk about organizations when things go wrong. We were just having the conversation about Rob Bamford. What has the commissioner done? This was for everybody and everything that we've all done, not just in high school sports. The most difficult of circumstances in regards to trying to schedule and getting some semblance of a season done. And while everything was imperfect, everything was. Playing through June is imperfect, almost into July. Having a 2-meet cross-country season was imperfect. The fact that they jammed everything in, and I say jammed everything in because, in respect, that's what they did. To get things started basically in March, and go March, April, May, June, and get a year's worth of high school athletics played, and to be able to play the basketball tournament and a cross-country meet, and to play softball and football, and I got it. It was imperfect. The fact that those kids got to play, like absolute kudos, with all the curveballs that were being thrown, with the moving goalposts that were constantly out there, that you have to do this. Nope, you got to do this. Okay, you did that, but now you have to do this. And masks and no masks and testing and limited this and no access here and like they damn near pulled off the impossible in scheduling and executing a full year's athletic calendar in basically 4.5 months.
And to get it to a point where the competition, even with the pared down fields, was as fair as it could be. You had the opportunity. You get in. Once you got there, it was a little bit different. I think that's why you almost saw it with Añate, different baseball format, single elimination, doing something crazy at the very end. But when you look at even going back to basketball, how that played out, I actually thought it went well having early rounds at home sites. I thought it was like a cool little twist, especially with as difficult as things have been and not having all those home games, to have a playoff game at home when fans started to get back into the building. It's ended well for high school sports.
Yep, and here we are at the the end of it now, and you can watch on ProView, but you get the 2A and 3A today. Again, the state championship baseball games, 2A and 3A today. The 3A game is Robertson and Sandia Prep, and the 2A game will be I'm sorry, the 2A game is Texaco and Eunice, top two teams, 5 o'clock today. Tomorrow, 5A game will go first. That'll be La Cueva and Hobbs, and then the 4A Academy and Pius, which is, it doesn't get a lot better than Academy and Pius if you're 4A fan and the rivalry and what those two schools do and love to go at each other. So you get that in the championship, so it's ideal. All right, 505-246-0610. That is the text line, the NMDOT text line, if you shall. The Open Championship is the next major and the final major on the schedule for golf. And COVID-19 restrictions that are being used across the United States, they're going to be different in Europe. And the players who travel are going to face protocols, procedures that are a lot more strict than we've been seeing around here. So there was a player information update, and it was obtained by the media. The Open at Royal St. George, which is in Sandwich, England, will operate under strict government oversight from the UK. So what will that mean? Well, among other things, players will not be allowed to share accommodations. So you and I, you can't. Brooks and Bryson cannot share a room. They cannot room together. They have to get their own hotel rooms, JJ. They're required to undergo COVID testing regardless of vaccination status. They will not be allowed to go to restaurants, pubs, or grocery stores, all of which have been allowed on PGA in the United States for months. But yeah, after all this, so Steph, you got to hire someone to go get your food for you. You can't go to a restaurant, you can't go to a pub, you can't go to a grocery store. But there will be up to 32,000 spectators per day at the venue. Can you help me understand what I'm missing here? What don't I get? I mean, I get it. They're at a different place on the COVID. 32,000 people can yell and scream, Uniman, mashed potatoes.
In a crowd of thousands of people, but
you can't go to a restaurant.
And it sounds like lunch is, they got lunch on lock in Sandwich, England.
They
can't go
better.
grab it.
They better. Get it? I see what you did there. They got to choose from a list of hotels provided by the RNA. They can, or they can book their own private residence, but only for use by the player and team, and a maximum of 4 people in the residence.
So do they lock down the hotel employees? Like,
That's,
do they
it's
get
a
to
great
interact
question.
with people
It's a
and
great
then bring
question.
that back to the hotel?
Right. If it's going to be those hotels, do they lock them down too? That's a great question. Please be aware that the UK has strict contact tracing laws, and our ability to stage the championship relies on persons not creating contacts other than their own player support team group, according to the update. It's British. It's the British Open. Let's see what we're doing. Each player is allowed to bring 1 caddy and 2 support team members. That's it. That's it. Wives not welcome on this trip. I see what business is going to do well there. The latter can be a coach, a manager, medical support, or a translator. Players can choose one One family member to attend, but that person must already be in the UK, must have completed any quarantine requirements in the UK, and must stay in the same accommodation as the player. All right, well, never mind my previous statement. So currently, anyone traveling like you and me, this is basic common folk, not golfers. Anyone traveling to England from the United States has to be tested prior to departure, quarantined for 10 days upon arrival. This sounds like 8 months ago, doesn't it? The quarantine is waived after 5 days if you have a negative test. The 4 people, including the player, are exempt from the quarantine criteria. All right. All accredited players, caddies, and player support team members, including family members, will be subject to strict inner bubble restrictions for the duration of their time at the championship and must not mix with members of the general public in restaurants, supermarkets, or other public areas. No one outside the accommodation buddy group, I said buddy group, is permitted to visit others in self-catering or private accommodation. This would be seen as a breach of the COVID-19 protocols and could lead to withdrawal from the championship. On the tee for the USA, Tiger Woods. Oh, wait, it doesn't say that. I mean, okay. It's right? But there's going to be 32,000 fans allowed in every day. But you can't go to a restaurant.
No sandwich for you.
Crazy. But we're going to get a major.
Get the Open.
All right. Progress is slower in other places. 505-246-0610 is the NMDOT text line. You can send us text there because our phone lines are down today. Emails Jeff or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. It's the opening drive. United play tonight, don't they?
They do.
You want to get us up to date on that when we come back?
Sure.
They're playing a team that's scoring goals.
Goal.
Ever since last United played them. Like at a pretty good clip. That's next on the opening drive at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah. Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning. Welcome to Sports Desk Live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Here's a 1-2. That's lifted, well hit into the gap. This might clear the bases. It's going to bounce off the wall, and it will clear the bases. A bases clearing double off the bat of Nico Barella. Got the glove on it. Squeezes for a second. That's tapped on the ground. Might be academic. They'll flip it to first in time for the double play ball. Huge lead. There's the pitch. It's low. Runner going on a delayed steal, and he's going to be out at second.
And AM 610, the sports animal.
Nebraska's looking for a new athletic director. According to reports, Bill Moose is out. He's been there almost 4 years. I'm a big Bill Moose fan. He was Washington State for a long time, Oregon before that, Montana before that. He's the AD that really was there, I think, when they were, JJ, really building that Oregon brand. He hired Mike Leach at Washington State. He was the AD when Washington State was in the New Mexico Bowl back in, 2012, I want to say. Does that sound about right? 12-ish, 13-ish, when they played Colorado State. I don't even know, they all run together. But reports 4 years, Bill Moose is out as the athletic director at the University of Nebraska. Opening drive, Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. Emails coming this morning, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, J.J. at sportsanimalabq.com. Grady's in. He says, correct me if I'm wrong, early Friday, Howard's the OD in the AM. Correct me if I'm wrong, but haven't all high school sports had or will have their championships at centrally located facilities in Albuquerque this year? Now, I'm not up on all the local news from all of the small towns across the state, but I don't think there was a rash of economic collapses due to not hosting state championship football games this year. I can say this. We don't have football up here in the village, and therefore have never hosted a high school football championship game. But we do have a stack of blue trophies, and most importantly, a Dairy Queen that's been in business for over 20 years. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Hoping the high school football folks can read between the lines and see one of the biggest silver linings in this year's prep schedule, Grady and Santa Fe by way of the village of Pecos. Basically what he's saying is centralize the football championships because everything else is centralized. Look, you and I mean, that's one of the drums we bang the most, I think, around here is that should be done. I know there's people who don't believe that, but and Sebastian's not on that, right? Sebastian's the other way.
A lot of it is conversations with people that are never going to change their mind. In these other football communities saying, why should we give up one of the few things that they get? Yeah. But it's also one where, isn't it not every other year, or if you hosted a team here before, you actually don't get it there, and it's still things along those lines.
If you're doing well, you get it once every 8 years?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is Dairy Queen living on that once every 8 years? Just saying. I don't know. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Clippers win last night, 106-92. Paul George had a big game, 27 points and 15 rebounds. You, JJ, you've been big on Tyronn Lue. And you think and I agree with you, by the way. You think Ty Lue has had a big piece in what the Clippers have done, and obviously playing without Kawhi Leonard and the moves that their head coach has had to make?
Yes, this is one where we know players make plays, but putting the players in the right positions to excel. I thought Ty Lue has done a fantastic job of that. How they dealt with Rudy Gobert, playing small, taking him out of the series, and then going bigger against the Suns, and it's working.
All right, so Paul George, after the game last night, was talking about his head coach and the relationship with him.
It's special that just the relationship I have with T, and the relationship T. Lue has with every individual on his team in general. It just says a lot about him and his leadership.
Ty Lue is one, obviously, and been in places where he's won. When I saw the stat that he had been, or he has won more postseason series after trailing 0-2 than anybody else in the history of the game, including Phil Jackson. I don't know why that shocked me so much.
It's a stat that you would associate with a bigger name, but also a lot of times those bigger names are not in this situation.
Not 0-2. The big question going in last night was Paul George. How would he play? And I don't know if it's time to stop the criticism of Paul George, but he did miss the 2 free throws on Tuesday night. And Paul George has been terrific in these playoffs. Previous playoffs, he has not been terrific. But he did have a big game in Game 3. And for him to bounce back was really going to be a big question. And he absolutely did.
We were on the plane. We talked about it. We hashed it out. And immediately we got ready for Game 3. Simple as that. We had to move on. I thought we did a great job of moving on. I moved on. I have to be better. And so it's just everything was just put in going into Game 3. All my energy was directed towards a better game in Game 3.
That's Paul George. He didn't play a bad game in Game 2. He just missed 2 free throws. Like honestly, we're not having a conversation. If he makes those 2 free throws, we're not having this conversation. We're having a totally different conversation. If he makes those 2 free throws, an alley-oop to DeAndre Ayton isn't helping the Suns. And if he makes those 2 free throws, most likely Clippers won that game. Now, maybe we're going overtime, but wherever that goes. If he makes those 2 free throws, we're talking about probably Clippers up 2-1 right now. It's a whole different conversation. So it's not like he had to just go revamp his game. I thought he's played pretty well.
I think Paul George has done fantastic this postseason. The Clippers overall have been the biggest surprise of how they've responded. It's just crazy to think that they're down 0-2 3 straight series. But outside of those first 2 games against the Mavericks, this team hasn't been playing bad basketball. And you look at the Jazz series where they lost, I think that the first 2 losses, like 4 points average between the 2 games. You saw the Suns game, it was 1 point in Game 2. So I do trust the Clippers to respond. They're not going to get blown out in this series. I still think that Phoenix having the edge, I do not see the Clippers against this team winning 3 more games, because I don't expect Chris Paul and Devin Booker to combine to go 10 of 40 from the field. I think CP3 shook off that rust. Booker's got to deal with it, though, now. He's got a face mask on. He's got a busted nose. You got to fight through it.
All right, you talk about Chris Paul. First game back since the COVID recess, the COVID absence. He talked about having to sit out those 2 games and watch his team play. And he came back last night, had 15 points and 12 assists.
I was laying in bed with my kids and got a text from Brady, you know what I mean? And so then you go into, it is what it is, dealt with it. Anybody with kids, anytime you're going through something, the hardest part is being away from your kids and your family, So once you get over the shock of what's happening, to hell with how and why, you just start, figuring out how you can get better. Like I said, I got the best team in the world you could possibly have, and I'm here. I'm grateful.
Yeah, how and why really doesn't matter much, right? I mean, when you get to that point and you get that call and you're out, it really doesn't matter much. What am I going to do next? That's what I tell my kid all the time. You can't control what happened. You can control what happens next. What happened has already happened. Now what are you going to do about it? How are you going to respond? And that's kind of where he was. And how he responded was coming back and scoring 15 points. Now his team did get beat, but Chris Paul has said he's just grateful to be playing.
I messed around a little bit on the court at my house, but other than that, good. I'm just happy to be out here playing. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people, in the world who dealt with this and, don't get the opportunity that I have. So I'm just grateful to be back out here playing.
Fair perspective.
And what it sounds like, without officially saying it, is he tested positive for COVID-19.
It's what I'm hearing. I mean, it doesn't sound. It's exactly what I'm hearing. Yeah, it doesn't sound like contact tracing. Although it could be. It could be. I mean, you could. I don't know what protocols are today, but that's what it sounds like to me. And keep away from your kids and get through it. All right, 505-246-0610 is the NMDOT text line. We are phoneless today. Phones. What about the phones up for the afternoon show? Were they up for the afternoon show yesterday? No, they weren't, huh?
No, they went down right during Villanucci.
All right, so you probably have them for the Ben DiNucci show, right?
I hope so, but I'm not sure. They haven't really come in and said anything.
Ben DiNucci in every day now?
No, they tried to do 3 during the week. He's got the weekend, and they tried to bring in guest hosts, but for some reason he was here yesterday.
All right, yeah, whatever reason, as long as you're there. All right, we'll get back to your
above my pay grade to answer those questions.
Oh, yeah. I just turn on the radio and listen to who's there. All right, we'll get. I want to get more into the Dodgers and the no hitter yesterday. What the no hitter meant, and we will hit United when we get back as well.
Legs are feeling it today. F45 training, 45 minutes, and yes, you can still get sore. You can push yourself. You're working hard, and that's what I love about F45 functional training is the different workouts you'll put you through. Some days it will be more cardio-based. We're talking higher reps, more speed, get that heart rate up. Last night, it was more strength-based. We did a leg night in 45 minutes, feeling it, but it's that burn that feels so good because you accomplished something. So check them out. If you're looking for that gym to get yourself to the next level or kickstart your fitness, F45 training is the gym for you. High-intensity interval training, fast, fun, and results-driven. Check them out at F45training.com. Download the F45 app today. You can look at the schedule of classes they have available, what the classes are all about. You can also sign up for your 7-day free trial. Northeast Heights location is really good access from wherever you're coming from in town, right there, Paseo and I-25. And it is a whole lot of fun because there's no wasted time. It's 45 minutes, you're in, and then you're out from start to finish. You're working hard, and the time flies in that time frame. But you get yourself a fantastic workout. So check them out now, F45training.com. Download the app today. Team training, life-changing. I'll see you at F45.
Foo Fighters are coming to Isleta.
1-2. The runner moving. It's pulled down the line. This might be trouble, and it's a fair ball. Sandoval coming around. Coach Pineda going to send him to the plate. Here comes the tying run, and he scores. Sandoval. The throw gets away. Cooper will get to second base, and we're all tied at 6 as Sandoval scampers in. Hit so far. That ball is driven deep to right center field, and it's gone. Second home run of the inning for the Cougars. They've got 5 runs in, and Siembieda has come roaring back here at the top of the 3rd inning. 2-run home run for Jalen Montez. Long look in, there's a pitch. That's in the air. In shallow right. Very aggressive as Gerard Pineda will have a play at the plate. Oh, what a hose in right. The ball was waiting for him as he came home, and he was dead to rights. 2-2, nobody out. 2 runs in. There's the pitch, and that's up the middle. No, right to Francois. Back to second for a double play. That's a good play by Francois. And 0-1 to Araceli Morales. There's the pitch. Morales swings, hits to Vela. What a catch by Vela in right field. Vela coming to her, running to her left and diving.
This one swing, it's going to go straight. Let's see if it falls, and it looks like the catch was made, and indeed it was for the third out. Sprawling was Kayla Reed for the third out. What a play. Garcia prepares, deals, and she swings it. This one looks ding dong doink. Yabba dabba doo. Grand slam by Mia Flores. Four ribbies for Mia as she just unleashed on that softball.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Datacom is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom has portable AC units for rent. Applications include server rooms, retail outlets, healthcare facilities, laboratories, convenience stores and truck stops, events, concerts, and weddings. All of these units are 120 volt plug and play. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacalm.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
0.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
I know Euro 2020's got a lot of people looking at their TVs during the day, the night, your phone, whatever. United back at it tonight as well. New Mexico United coming off of 3 straight clean sheets. They've not given up a goal in 3 straight matches. Will be in Colorado Springs, take on the Switchbacks, a Switchbacks team who has scored 7 goals in their last 2 games. And Haji Berry's on fire for them. Last time these two teams played, New Mexico United beat them 3-1, opened up their new stadium up there. Since then, Switchbacks have been playing very well. So it's an interesting one for your soccer club tonight.
Yeah, the Switchbacks, not the team that's just a pushover in this division. The Real Monarchs, the team that's really struggling. Other than that, you have 6 quality clubs in the Mountain Division. And for Colorado Springs, they have 8 points out of the last 4 games. I'm not expecting a clean sheet tonight. So some goals will be scored in Colorado Springs.
United score enough goals? Is this one of those where you look at them and go, wow, those guys, because this is a back line for New Mexico United that's been playing very, very well the last 3 matches. And up against a team that somehow figured it out. And I always wonder, is it how you play? You take your chances. You're giving something up. Are you concentrating on the back? And I know one of those clean sheets was a 0-0 match where I think that was the Austin Bold game, where they did not get a shot on goal in New Mexico United. So the next time out, they got 2 and kind of adjusted the way they play. Can you have it both ways?
I'm going the very exciting 1-1 draw.
Ooh, 1-1 draw. That's what your call is tonight? Okay. All right. Those are always exciting. Absolutely. All right. 505-246-0610. That is the NMDOT text line. By the way, happy birthday to your Wednesday guest, Sebastian Noel.
Happy birthday.
ProView Network superstar, Sebastian Noel. Or as Bobcat always says, oh, what do we got to do? We got to call Noel at 9 today? Oh, it's Tuesday. Is that on Wednesday? Bob, no, we do that on Wednesday. Oh, today's Tuesday. All right, we got to call Noel tomorrow? Yeah. He brought me smoked salt, though. Don't look at me like that. Your head just snapped when I said smoke.
He just
stop.
had his 1-day rehab assignment with us, and he's back up to the big leagues.
Yeah, what's his deal, Steph? So you're the one
His
who's got to film it
deal
with us?
is Steph is taking over, crushing it.
I'm kind of digging that, actually. Is that all
There
right?
we
No,
go.
because you should see the schedule coming up. Like,
Should I?
I think I've worked one
Really? Should I?
day for 2 weeks.
What's
here.
the schedule?
So what does that mean? You work one day. So like next week, are you producing our show?
Next week, I think I got a 1-dayer.
One day or on this, you only got to slum it. But you get Ben DiNucci all the time, or no?
No, because then Mike Vital goes over there.
Vital does Ben DiNucci. Who's doing this? Carlisle or what? I mean, who's doing this? Like, honestly, I'm kidding. Don't hands off.
They're just trying to, I think, make us familiar with everything. So we got the whole gist of what
It's like
we
the
gotta
Cubs.
do.
Familiarity over
Get that
continuity.
combined no-hitter going. Get everyone involved.
So if we throw a no-hitter, everybody's involved?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I mean, cool. Good on you. Like, I don't even know what to say.
Summertime. It's vacation time.
Oh, that's right. I took a couple days off, didn't I? You were so glad I was gone.
I wouldn't say that.
I did catch the show one day. I did. No, well, I was busy, but I caught it before a Zoom call, as I was working on these things. All right, I got a couple NBA questions for you. I know we talked about Ben Simmons yesterday. So Ben Simmons doesn't work in Philly, and I don't know if this is a Doc Rivers Ben Simmons thing. Where does he work? Like, would it just be good for him to get a change of scenery? Or I heard Wilbon say yesterday, and it really made me think. I heard him say Golden State. Well, sure, anybody who works in Golden State. I mean, put me on that team. Like, I'm better.
Because then you don't have to shoot. You don't have to do anything there.
But
Just defend and rebound.
To that point, is that the right spot? But bottom line is, he's got to learn how to shoot a free throw, because otherwise he's pointless in the last 2 minutes of the game.
He's got to be passable. You can still be impactful without being a great shooter, a great free throw shooter, but you got to survive. Shaq.
Yes.
He was, as long as he got the moments, and they do limit what you're able to do. You can't just sit there and hack players in the final minutes anymore. So they've kind of adjusted to that. To me, this is all Ben Simmons. This isn't about fit. This isn't about where he didn't want to shoot the basketball. What else is Philadelphia supposed to do? He's standing under the basket, dunk it, and he passes to Matisse Thybulle. What is Doc Rivers or the 76ers offense supposed to do in that?
Well, I mean, it is about him. But so you think he fits anywhere? Does he fit in Minnesota? I mean, nobody fits in Minnesota, right?
I think his fit is fine, and they were the number one seed in the Eastern Conference.
They were. It was a big part of that.
The last 3 games, he disappeared. And I've seen stories over the last couple of days saying, oh, this is not just the Ben Simmons issue. This is the 76ers overall. No, I think this is one where it really all is on Ben Simmons. Like, the dude disappeared for 3 games. That's kind of all on Ben Simmons.
So you think what does he need more, shooting coach or head coach? Like a psychiatrist? Honestly.
He needs
the mental piece or the physical piece?
Mental piece.
Okay.
And then just get confident at the free throw line, not expecting you to shoot 80%, but as you brought up, like, get 60%.
Yeah, no.
Get to the line, hit 1 of 2 more times than not.
To the point where you're not a detriment at the end of the game. Where I need you to be,
because he should have still been on the court.
Well, especially defensively.
To that defensively, I don't need Shake Milton in that situation.
Right.
I need Ben Simmons.
No.
But it was so bad that he wasn't even on the court defensively.
That's correct. He's a premier defender. And I can't keep you on the court, and you can't help my team, because as soon as they get the ball, they're fouling you, and it's an empty possession because you can't make a free throw. And it's so far deep in your head that the further it gets in your head, the less efficient, the less effective you get, the less I can put you out there. And so, to your point, I'm with you. It's on him. I just wonder if he's done there. Like can with all the noise coming out of there, if this much noise is coming out, it makes me wonder what's internal. And it's got to be even noisier, I think. Just there's so much noise externally. And Doc Rivers isn't doing anything to squash it, to quell it, to quiet it.
Does Joel Embiid trust him?
That's a great question.
Can you
I don't know. I have no idea. Do you have any idea?
I think Doc has been what's the word I'm looking for? He's been as kind of like honest, but as nice. I'm totally blanking on the word. Just terrible.
Well, he's
radio.
coddling,
but he's been open that Ben Simmons needs to get better, but he's still trying to lay like, oh, if he's here, we'll believe him. But then you had Joel Embiid, that quote where he's like, oh, where'd the game change? And he's like, well, that one moment where we're gonna take the shot right under the basket.
I think it's a great question. Does Joel? Because I think that's going to be bigger than does Doc Rivers trust him. It is, where is Joel Embiid on this? Their franchise is Joel Embiid, right? Inarguable. So where is he? And I think that's the fair question. And look, sometimes guys just need a fresh start. They're tired of the noise, because the other part's going to be, does Ben Simmons trust them? And you may say it doesn't matter, it's all on him. Well, it kind of does matter, because at some point, if you're going back to him, he's got to trust you too. And it just feels to me, with all the noise coming out of there, it almost feels that it might be irreparable. Now, I'm totally lost because I don't know it intimately, but I watch an incredible talent.
And Golden State,
he should be better.
Can actually and could pull this off. They move some salaries around. They're sitting there with the number 7 overall pick. Is that it's
so with the 7 in Wiseman, the 7 in Wiggins, would something like that be enough to get you Ben Simmons?
I think at least gets you in the conversation, because Ben Simmons,
it's a big salary,
is not as low as he is right now. This doesn't mean you're getting him for free.
No, that's right.
The 76ers still see the overall impact that Ben Simmons had. And yeah, he was lost for the last 3 games, but this doesn't mean they're not going to get nothing for him. But in that position, that can get the ball rolling for, all right, what could we get for Ben Simmons? Player compensation, trade compensation.
Well, but then you've got to factor in his salary.
Mm-hmm.
How you fitting his salary in with Steph and Clay and Draymond? And I mean, how does that work there?
Call Brooklyn. Like, can you give us some
I'd
tips
like
on
to
this?
call Brooklyn. You think they're going to help you? I mean, it's a great question, because I still don't understand how they do it. I look at the whole thing is everybody talks about, well, can they trust him? Can he trust them? Can he trust them? Because at some point that's got to be part of the equation too. All right, we'll wrap it up with you when we come back. You can send texts to the NMDOT text line. It's 505-246-0610. You can send emails, Jeff or JJ at sportsanimалabq.com, or tweet at JJ. It's _JJ Buck. Opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. DCE Systems want to help schools reopen and keep students, teachers, and staff safe. New Mexico's distributor of no-valent Shield Plus, an antimicrobial hand sanitizer that lasts 24 hours. That's right, 24 hours. 1 leader will provide approximately 2,000 individual applications. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to DCESystemsInc.com to learn more. DCE Systems is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Well, Canadians, that means the people from Canada, root for the Canadians, the team from Montreal. Now that the Montreal Canadiens are in the Stanley Cup final, Canadians will play the winner of tonight's Islanders and Lightning game that's down in Florida. So I texted a good buddy of mine, a former Scorpion, longtime hockey player who's from Trois-Rivières, Quebec, which is from about 2 hours north of Montreal. He tried to get me to buy a golf course in Trois-Rivières like years ago. Oh, come on. It'll only be like $1 million. Hey, we got to work like 3 months a year, eh? And we'll no, I'm out. And he said, I don't care about all the other teams in Canada. I assume that they will root for Montreal. But Toronto, their fans are still in disbelief and probably in rehab. Go Habs, go. And
I said Toronto fans are still on watch, but he lives in Tampa now, and he's been skating with a lot of Lightning players, former Lightning players. I said, are you rooting for the Habs or Lightning? He said, Habs. I have no ties here. I know so many people on the Habs staff that I grew up with and played with along the way. So he's rooting for the Canadians. But he thinks most people, except for Toronto fans maybe, in Canada will root for Montreal. And because of the way Toronto got beat, to your point, they were up 3-1.
They blew it.
They had it, and then they absolutely collapsed. So, yeah, my gut is they're rooting for Canada to get the cup back because it's their damn game. Right? I don't know. Does all of America, when Toronto was in the final, that's not fair because they're playing Golden State and everybody was so sick of Golden State. But was all of America rooting for Golden State? All of Canada was rooting for Toronto because that was their only team.
I don't know if we really do that. Because
when do we have an opportunity?
American sports fans are bitter.
Yeah, but
we hold grudges.
When do we have that opportunity? When is one of our teams, first of all, the minority, right? Like
we don't root for necessarily our conferences, our conference.
Sometimes, okay. Would you say the Mountain West fan, like Global fan, roots for, unless it's San Diego State?
And I'm okay with that. I don't. If you want to root against everyone, root against.
I think Mountain West fan roots for the Mountain West, except for if
it's Boise State
or San Diego State for that matter, right? I mean, if Fresno State's playing in an NCAA game, you root for them, don't you? Or if they're playing in a bowl game, if Wyoming's playing, you root for Wyoming, don't you? If it's Reno, that might be bad with Alfred. But your point's not wrong. But we have never in this country, we're never the minority in a league, and it's our game. Baseball's our game. Football's our game. Basketball's our game. When are we ever a minority in that? We're not. Never. It's like, do you root for the USA in the Olympics? Yeah, you do. But that's us. Ryan says an American leading the Open Championship, maybe. All right, so we're coming down, and it's let's not say take Brooks or Bryson, but let's say it's Xander Schauffele or Dustin Johnson, and it's Lee Westwood or Luke Don.
Oh, let's say it's
Rory.
Bryson. Let's say it's Bryson.
All right, so that's good. All right, fair enough. No, that's good. Bryson and Rory come down the stretch Sunday at the Open.
Everyone's rooting for Rory.
I'm rooting for Rory too. I am too. Now, if it's Brooks, but you kind of, I don't know if that's the same. Because you kind of root for the individual there. I like Rory. Like, if it was Lee Westwood, there's part of me that would root for him to finally get one. It would depend who the American is. If it's Xander, I'd root for Xander. If it's Bryson, I'd go the other way. So it's kind of a good example, but I don't think it's exact. Yeah, we're never in that situation. Never. But like the Pac-12 teams root for Pac-12 teams. SC doesn't root for UCLA, I'll tell you that right now.
Nope.
Oregon State doesn't root for Oregon. That doesn't happen. Maybe you don't root for your rival, but you root for conference rivals, if that makes any sense at all. I don't even know what that means. All right, Steph. Good week for you? You get to hang out with Isabel and JJ for a day or two?
I wasn't here for the
You weren't here for Isabel?
I was here for Heather.
Oh, how was that?
That was a good one.
I'll bet she was nice.
I
She
really
is a
enjoyed
wonderful
having the females
person.
on
Yep.
this last week.
I'm a big Heather Dyke fan. I think she's terrific.
I agree.
Look at you, man. You had 4 different co-hosts this week.
I appreciate it.
15 different producers in 5 days.
People willing to hang out with me in the morning. Thank you.
No, I think I'm in for 5 days next week. We're kind of in my little run now.
Tune in to find out.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm in for 5 days next week, and then I think we're working the 5th of July. Aren't we working the 5th of July?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure we're doing that.
We're here.
I might have already burned that day. Who knows? And then I got what? I got travel coming up for Mountain West Conference Media Day, which is in less than a month. Got Football Bowl Association travel coming up.
That's so exciting. It's getting busy.
Yeah, it's like, don't you feel like we're moving again? We got a football season coming up. We got
soccer.
Yeah, then there's that. Yeah, we got all that. Hey, what did Scottie Pippen say that lit up the world? Well, how did I miss him?
Everything.
What did he say?
Everything.
Tell me. Give me quick.
There's not enough time. Like that could have been
How'd I miss
multiple
that?
segments.
What did he say?
It's everywhere. I don't know how you missed
All
it.
right, but I missed it. So what did he say?
I don't have time. He took shots at KD.
Nice.
Took shots at Charles Barkley.
Does he get off my lawn, guy? Just bitter old man?
Oh, it's coming across that way, and he's wrong in his KD.
What was the
talk.
crux of it? Like
He
was
said
it?
that KD doesn't make other people better,
Wow. All right.
and he did too much.
Is that coming off of Steve Kerr saying he's more gifted than Michael? Is that what he felt he had to clap back?
Okay,
Is that where it's coming from?
maybe. We're talking about like centimeters away from KD winning that series, and then you're saying that he couldn't have won that series. Okay, Scotty.
Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowherds after that. Sports Bar with
Go live in the
Trulio
shadow
and
of Jordan
Carlisle.
Fillmore.
Comes up at 4. Isotopes and Tacoma, 6:15. You want to come back and do award-winning radio Monday starting at, I don't know, you want to do it at 7?
Have a weekend, Joe.
Steph, I don't know. I mean, I'll see you soon. Enjoy Ben DiNucci.
Thank you.
Hey, Ron, I can't even see you, but I know you're there. Thanks for putting us on TV. Be good to each other, please. Have a great, safe weekend. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you on Monday.